made many statements. But look, sure, it doesn't ever hurt to put pressure on anyone, right? Especially if it's about having a free press at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, Julian's a publisher, he is a journalist as well, and it's part of his colleagues. And they also need to understand how it affects them. So yeah, put pressure.
I think there's some ignorance because of this false, differentiation of Julian. There's not necessarily an understanding that he's being prosecuted for publishing, for journalism. And that under the same principle, all of them can be prosecuted for the first time, like that. But I think also, when it comes to journalists, they're taking their cues from the editors in the editorial rooms. I think the pressure has to be higher up. I'm sure there are many journalists who, over the years, I think it might be different now from what I'm seeing. But when it was difficult to publish about Julian or his case, they would get spiked. And I know this because, like you write a story and then the editor doesn't run the story. I know this because I've had people come up to me and tell me that. People from the major media organizations in the UK. The two ones that will come to mind. So that's what's been happening, and it has to. I think the pressure has to be at a higher level, and also when pressure has to be made in a constructive way. You can't corner people. You have to sit down with them. Talk it through, give them information, show them who is on side. Amnesty, RSF, the UN, the OSCE, the Council of Europe. You have to argue from authority. If they perceive something as a marginal issue, they will stay away from it because journalists and politicians are herd animals. They follow only the issues that they think people care about, and if you advertise this is a marginal issue, they will run 100 miles away. So what has to be done is always argue from authority, from the experts on these issues, from RSF, who analyzes, who sits through the hearings and analyzes the court documents and concludes this is the biggest, most dangerous case against press freedom of our time. Surely these journalists aren't really familiar with the case if they disagree with that. Surely these journalists